This is the, you know what this is. This is the 2024 S650 Mustang GT. All new for 2024, completely redesigned. Well, they say completely redesigned, but if you look at it, it does look a lot like the 2023s. They changed a few things, mostly in the front end, but if you look at the profile down the side, they're pretty close. So I wouldn't worry about jumping into the 2024 unless you want that upgraded power. So let's talk about the power and the engine that's under this hood. So here is this awesome looking engine. So it is a 4th generation 5.0 liter Coyote V8. It has these dual 80 millimeter throttle bodies, putting out 480 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. Now this is tied to a 10-speed transmission with a 355 limited slip differential. All that combined propels this GT from 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Just in case you're wondering, the fuel efficiency on this is going to be 15 in the city, 24 on the highway with an average of 18 miles per gallon. This one comes with a 19-inch shadow silver wheels with the Brembo brakes. That was an upgrade on this car. Also, you get the active valve exhaust. And let's take a listen to that right now. Now that exhaust sounds incredible. Make sure you guys go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so you don't miss any more reviews. And if you missed it, I just reviewed the Dark Horse. It should be up on the channel. So yeah, you're gonna wanna subscribe. Anyway, let's check out more of this car. This is a new front fascia for the Mustang. And then you also have these tri-LED lights going. You have a hood vent, which is pretty cool. This car is in carbonized gray. You can see it does have the shadow silver wheels on this one with the Brembo brakes. Come around the back, you still have the tri-bar sequential tail lights. That's pretty cool. It's pretty much basic back here. You do have the dual exhaust with quad tips. And then we go around to this side. And of course, it still looks like a beautiful car. Really do like it. And you can see how there is a lot of resemblance between this one and the 2023 from the front fascia back. But the front is what really sets this thing off. Now, all right, let's go check out the trunk back here, see how much space we've got. Right, it is not powered, it is manual. And look at there. Yeah, actually a decent amount of space. That's pretty good. Got a sub back here for that 12-speaker B&O system that we will check out inside the car here in just a few minutes. But yeah, decent amount of room in the trunk, not too bad. It's all black inside here, and we do have a little bit of satin there, and you got a little bit of chrome here. It's really not too bad. You got memory seating here, and then your window controls. There's the first speaker on that B&O system. Just gonna pan around real quick so you guys can see this, and then we'll get inside, get a better look. But you do have powered seats with lumbar. Now the backrest is not powered, so that way you can easily pop it open to get the people into the back, which honestly, you're really not gonna put anybody in those back seats. Now this is slid all the way back for the easy entry, so it will go up about probably another 4 or 5 inches. You might be able to get some kids back there. Adults are going to be very, very tight on their legs. Well, that took care of the back, but these seats are nice leather seats. They are very comfortable. They are heated and cooled. Now let's hop in and let's get a little bit closer look at this stuff. That is a really cool sound. It's pretty cool. Here is your new digital gauge cluster. It's pretty nice. It is configurable, and we're going to check that out here in just a second. All right, so what we've got going on here with this steering wheel, it's pretty much the same as normal. This might be a little flatter than previous models, but other than that, it's all laid out exactly the same. Of course, you've got your cruise controls on this side, your adaptive settings, and then you've got your increase and decrease on your speed and lane centering on this one. This is your mode button. You can go up and down on your modes. Quick change, easy to check those out. We'll get to that here in just a minute. This actually controls the center display there, which has a few different little settings there. You got your air fuel ratio, stuff like that. I am going to go ahead and fire this up because it is steaming up in here. So here we go. So let's fire this up. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, you can see your cylinder head temperature, engine oil temperature, transmission temperature, oil pressure, and your inlet temperature. Tire pressure, fuel economy. This will give you your average and your current, and then you can also pull this up for your trip information. So we're going to press the mode button, and you got normal, sport, track, drag strip, slippery, and then you can go to custom, which is actually pretty cool. You can set things up to drive certain different ways. Let's hop over here to this infotainment screen, which is new for this Mustang, and it's pretty awesome. We are going to go to features. All right, and then we're going to go to My Mustang. Now, this is where the cool stuff happens. So you have track apps. We've got an acceleration timer. You can actually time yourself 0 to 60, 100, quarter mile times. Pretty cool. You can do the automatic, so it'll just start whenever you start to accelerate. You can do the drag lights. It'll actually put it on the screen and count down and put the green lights on for you to go. Same thing with the track race lights. That is a cool function. You've got brake performance. You can go in and you can be going to 60 miles an hour. Want to hit 60, you'll hit the brakes. It'll measure your distance. Same with 100 mile per hour. You have a lap timer, which is pretty cool. You can actually program the track in there, and then as you're driving it, GPS, it will keep track of your time. So that's pretty cool. Haven't seen that. Auxiliary gauges. Then you have a custom mode that you can set up. Your color for your ambient lighting inside. Now, here's the fun part. Here are your drive cluster themes. So matching the drive mode, so whatever drive mode you put it in, that's the gauge you're going to get for right now. Then you can, so if we put it in normal, this is what you get. And I'm gonna see if it'll show better over here. We go to sport. Here you go. Those are your sport gauges. Track gauge. There's your track. Then they have a calm gauge. So basically tachometer, speedometer, and your driver assistance features. And then this is the one that everybody thinks is awesome. And there they are, Fox body gauges. There's the 87 to 93 Fox body gauge cluster. There you go if you want a retro look to your Mustang. So that's all the fun in there. I mean, there's plenty of other stuff in there, but it's an infotainment screen just like everything else. Now, I do like that they have the climate control all across the bottom. That looks really nice, works really well. You do, like I said earlier, have heated and cooled seats, so those are easy to adjust. You have sliders, things like that. Down here, you have your start button, and then you have your mode button, your My Mode button, and then your traction control, hazards, favorites, and your window defroster, and your volume buttons right there. Pretty simple. Do have a 12-volt plug-in right here, and then you have a USB-C and a USB-A, so that's nice that it has both. You got a wireless charging pad right here, and a little tray here that can hold some coins or maybe your cell phone. Standard shifter, 10-speed transmission in this one. You can opt for a 6-speed manual, but it isn't the Tremec. The Tremec only comes on the Mustang Dark Horse. And then when you got 2 cup holders and the center console, which is not huge, but it's decently deep. It's not too bad. A decent depth in that. And it looks like you do have another 12-volt plug-in right there. All right, there's a look at the other door panel. Like I said, we've got a 12-speaker B&O system in here. And there is your Mustang badge. There is the B&O speaker up top. And this one actually does, just like all Fords do, which is really nice that they provide you with a sunglass holder. Well, that's all the inside, and obviously there's no point in me crawling into the back because I'm not going to fit back there. So I'm about 6 foot, pretty sure I'm not gonna fit. So anyway, let's talk about some pricing, and then let's take this out for a little drive and see what kind of 0-60 time that we can get. Let's go over the pricing on these new Mustang GTs. So the standard GT starts out at $42,495. If you go up to the GT Premium, that's going to start out at $47,015. This one here with a 10-speed transmission upgrade, the Brembo brake upgrade, and destination fee, this one's going to come in right at $56,020. If you are interested in this Mustang, this is available at Heller Ford. The information is down at the bottom of the screen, so give them a call and they'll hook you up. Tell them Off the Shelf Rides sent you, and let's go take this for a drive now. I really want to know what kind of 0-60 speed that I can get. It says 4.3. Let's see if we can get close to that. All right, let's take this for a drive. Let's see what we can get for a 0-60. Stop right here. All right, and park. We're gonna go to My Mustang. We're gonna go to Track Apps. Acceleration timer, 0-60. We're gonna go to automatic. We're gonna hit start. So that's gonna switch us over here. We are gonna switch the mode. We're gonna go into sport for the mode. All right. And then we're gonna see that right there. We're gonna press OK, and then it's going to say accelerate to start. All right, we're gonna brake torque. Go. We got 4.9. Sorry, it's a little bumpy in here, but you can see we got 4.9 there. That's pretty awesome. It's not too bad. I think we probably could do a little bit better. I got 4.5 earlier today, but you know, it doesn't always work out exactly the way you want. We're on a country road too. Tires broke loose a little bit, so not the best conditions, but 4.9 is pretty decent, really. So I've been driving this around for about a day or so. Nothing too crazy, haven't had it very long, but we are really enjoying the drive of it. I like the sportiness of it. The sound of the exhaust is really awesome. And when you are in like normal mode, really it's quiet enough and you really don't notice it. When you drive down the highway, you don't even hear the exhaust unless you get on it. So don't worry about whether the active exhaust or whether you think that exhaust is going to be too loud while you're driving it. It's not going to be, so don't worry about that. We got time to do another launch. It looks like we do. Last one was 4.9, as you can see. So we're gonna try this one more time. All right. Start. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, 4.62. 4.62, that's pretty good. All right, that's a little bit better than what we had earlier. We're gonna get a little bit of sunlight, sorry about that. Wait till we turn and then we'll start talking again. But 4.62, pretty cool. All right, and turn around real quick, see how good this turning radius is. Yeah, that was pretty good. Man, this thing is just a monster. Man, the sound is crazy, and that's in normal mode, just a hard acceleration. You know, it is a lot of fun to drive. I'm not gonna lie. These cars are a lot of fun to drive, and the suspension on these are really, really good, especially the MagneRide suspension. Now, this car is not the Dark Horse, but it's pretty close. So the Dark Horse only has 20 more horsepower than the GT. And the other difference, it does have, you know, a lot of track stuff like an engine oil cooler and transmission cooler and a rear differential cooler and all of that stuff, and the extra trim and flashy stuff that makes it kind of look cool. And it also has a 373 gearing, which this one is optioned with the 355 limited slip. So that is where the Dark Horse kind of edges away from this GT. But this GT will outperform most regular cars that you can buy in this $40,000 to $50,000 range, sports car range. I mean, this is a sports car. You could take this out on the track if you wanted to. It's not going to probably hug the corners and stuff like the Dark Horse will, but it'll be pretty dang good. So don't hesitate that if you want to buy this and have this as an every daily driver and then take it out on the track on the weekends, you can definitely do that. The infotainment system in this is extremely good. It's the new Sync 4 system. Works really good, very snappy. I love the way that this is set up. Everything is focused to the driver. The screen curves and angles towards the driver. The vents are blowing at the driver to keep you cool on those track days. And everything else is just laid out really well in here. I really don't have any downfalls on this new Mustang, other than I would have liked to have seen them take a little more creativity to the back half or the back 3/4 of the vehicle and not done so much different in the front, and kind of didn't change the lines too much in the rear. But, you know, some people like that. Some people like a little bit of change, not a whole lot of change. Make sure you guys click subscribe. If you haven't seen my review on the Dark Horse, it's going to be in one of these boxes on the screen, and the other one is probably something that you're going to enjoy watching off my channel. So I will see you in the next one.